consistently showing throughout their online and offline matches. Fnatic, just with individual skill, it won't be enough.
Well, JW getting dinked 2 HP immediately, but he's got info for his team. Still no rotation coming in, though, from the Fnatic side. They are still firmly over towards B bomb site, and NiP are continuing to charge. JW lasted a long time there, considering the insta-dink, but the site is more or less with NiP, and they are rotating away, leaving Get Right here. But this is a long rotation between A and B, and Fnatic read it almost faster than NiP did. So they've put their players back into their standard formation here. 1 towards A now, 1 towards drop, and 2 over towards B.
Absolutely. We shall see the B attack shortly, perhaps, with the lurk here for NiP. And one thing that does go in the favor of Fnatic is that this is a domestic matchup. And here is Flusher able to pick up the first kill as Forest is discovered. But the frag straight back as Get Right takes drop here for the team. And it looks good for NiP to take the B bomb site now. There's just Flusher who has repositioned. And it feels as though Fnatic don't know exactly what's going on. Now they will understand that, in fact, a split is going to start happening. NiP go for the call there. They hit that A bomb site instead of the B bomb site. And it's down to Flusher to save the day. He's already got 2 frags, meaning he has to ace to save the round for his team. And the bomb is now down. Here goes Flusher. First engagement found, or at least the first bit of information. The first piece of the puzzle has been found. And will Flusher be able to get a kill here? Disciplined play here from NiP to not peek. No egregious peeking here from the Swedes of NiP. Flusher, very hard for him to find these players. They're killing so much time. And this is really annoying for Flusher. There's 1 peek just to keep him honest, but great wallbang there. Finds the headshot through the wooden panel, the wooden fence, and here comes Pitts. He's tapping as well, staying hidden behind the safety of the brick pillar. And that will be the frag in the end. I mean, really nicely done by Flusher to find 4 kills. But NiP with the call to hit A instead of B with that drop control. That gave them a very good take of the site.
Nicely done by the NiP side. Good start for them. Flusher's changed his name a little bit, which may be appropriate with the Portapuis here on Cobblestone. Let's see if he can put any heads in toilet stand as they move into the 4th buy. With all those kills, he will be afforded an MP9, but no helmets. No helmets for anyone except for JW. Over here. So Get Right's going to ruin the crossfire attempts, if there are any, over towards the B bomb site. Wenton's going to get the alley-oop flash and get taken down for it. So far, so good for NiP.
Yeah, one fun fact, of course, is that Wenton was one of the players that was on Team Acer, which was Threat's kind of first foray into a professional CSGO when he had a few months. He joined Team Acer and he transformed the team. It was Wenton, Snap, Crystal, and I forget the last guy. Sorry, last guy. Was it Face or somebody? I can't remember who the last guy was. So I apologize to him. But yes, so it's quite cool to see Wenton back in action instead of this time for Fnatic. Here goes NiP though on their anti-force bite, and so far so good. Look how clean this is. Nobody dead for NiP so far. Can JW get any damage done by this investment? Absolutely not. That's brutal, James. They get nothing done there. So that's a lot of money made by NiP.
Yeah, that is quite clean indeed. So Fnatic with $2,000 per person. Not going to have a great buy in the following round after this eco. Good start for NiP. He will continue with the 3 SMGs, obviously not losing anybody. No reason to change anything. Dennis, Crims, JW yet to frag, as Henry and Sadakis would say. So the CTs will move 3 over towards B bomb site and leave 2 towards A. They will bide their time. It looks like they will wait for NiP to get close. Although again, they have no helmets and they've spent basically no money in this round. So they should simply eventually get wrecked by any of the weapons on this NiP side. Should not be much for us to witness in this round. But the question is, what do Fnatic do on their next round? Again, $2,000 each. They are going to be strained. We are not going to see many helmets in the following rounds, which makes me wonder what NiP will choose to play with in terms of weaponry. Let's say NiP win this round and don't lose anybody. Do they keep this same setup here with all these weapons? Maybe they go for the extra AK or 2, but I think we'll probably see at least 1 SMG in the next round.
Yeah, at least the MP7, that's for sure. Mac-10s can be thrown away. But here we go, we got the push in again. The question is, can NiP have another clean round? Freiburg's on 1 HP, finally goes down to Flusher. And Forest one shot away from death as well. Will he be found? No. Forest, in fact, does get the headshot himself onto Flusher, and it's now JW against 3. Another kill picked up, so not quite as clean, but if NiP can restrict the losses to just this, they should be okay. And indeed, they will. Will they find the weapons there? Yes, they'll pick up the Galil and the AK-47. So, but the MP7 has been lost. So if they were thinking about taking SMGs into the next round, that is, it's going to have to be the Mac-10 on Forest, and it looks like that's going to be the case. You were right.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine.
The money is looking amazing for NiP.
I think if you go long A with the Mac-10 leading the charge, or harassing the drop zone, or playing close on plateau, then the Mac-10 has lots of uses. I think, to be honest, anywhere towards A until you get through that door, then things might get a bit more difficult, and indeed they're going to abuse that. But has JW been spotted here finally by Forest? But it's Forest left for the Mac-10, so he does not have the range here to really go for the duel with JW. That's really unfortunate. The last person he wanted to see, JW had a helmet as well, finally traded though. And the rotation comes in from Fnatic. Crims goes down as well towards A, but only Flusher is here to do anything about it. Maybe they have a read with the mastermind threat that NiP might move towards the B-bomb site, and they won't necessarily go for a fast play.
These are the spots where Fnatic could actually get edges in this matchup. When there's chaos like this, and you've got like a player like Flusher who's kind of intuitively going to try to take some risks, that's where Fnatic can really shine in these mid rounds to make it weird for NiP.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think that with Threat on, there's a lot less chaos than there otherwise would be. I think without Threat, NiP would just be charging the A bomb site now, and it seems that Fnatic have a read that Threat's not going to go for the mayhem, and he wants to slow things down and take a considered approach, which is why they didn't rotate everybody as soon as all that happened. There's still 2 people towards B.
The setup from Fnatic, though, is great. Went in that off angle is beautiful. He's going to give his position away immediately, but get both frags. So after all is said and done, Fnatic will survive with 3 players. So that was really, really amazingly done by Fnatic. Flusher pushes down mid, gets into a nice spot for 1 versus 1, finds the single player, wins that battle. Then they have kind of like this triangle setup with 1 person in B and 1 in connector to kind of cover all their bases, and Winton picks up both kills. So really efficiently done by Fnatic, and they'll be relieved. 1 buy for NiP though is left, I think. I don't believe they have any money if they lose this, but we shall see if they get the bomb down as well. JW with another aggressive peek. He does actually get a kill out of it as well, which is crazy. JW, he doesn't care, James. He gives no respect to anyone. It's amazing, isn't it?
Know your opponent. That may be the way, the lesson to learn here from this best of 3. Again, it's still early days for the time being. 2 people going towards long A at present, where again, Crims is alone. The main forces over towards B for the Fnatic side. It seems that Wenton will play the rotate with this 4 versus 4 situation. Bomb still left in a passive position for now. And Freiburg is very quickly indeed clearing out the A area, but what will NiP do with the information? Lots of harassment. He's not making any bones about showing where he is. Again, the bomb's still passive. No flank coming in from these CTs. Is straggling behind a little bit. They won't want to show the bomb until the last possible moment. In this particular situation, sometimes people will choose to show the bomb in one site and go to the other one.
Yeah, so Fnatic just waiting, just patient as always. And with Crims in the close position by the wooden fence, and the flashbang from Wenton, it could be a very deadly little setup. But instead it'll be the incendiary thrown forth for the defense for Fnatic here towards the A side of the map. Flash over from Dennis as well. So really nice work here on the team play from the Fnatic side, but they need to hold the frags, and the entries will be found by the NiP players as they rush onto the bomb site. There goes Dennis, though, finding a nice angle onto Freiburg, catching him completely off guard. And that bomb will go down regardless, though, giving NiP a bit of an advantage, but on the health, not so much. Nice flash there from Get Right to allow Exist to go forwards and get a deeper position and more information. Or Forest, rather, not Exist. Get Right now, and what a setup. Beautiful stuff. Get Right getting both kills there, and that's going to be another round for NiP. They will crush the economy of Fnatic, resetting them immediately. And again, if you look at NiP's the fact that they won their anti-force buy with 5 players surviving, allowing them to have a good buy in that last round after losing on the third rounds, or 4th round rather, that's the difference. That is the difference. Now they've been able to have the opportunity to play a proper round and crush Fnatic's economy.
So we have Dennis with the M4 and 4 pistols on the remaining Fnatic players. But will we expect some aggression? We see 3 HEs on the CT side at the moment. So I'm curious as to how those will be deployed. This seems to be an increasing strategy at present. But what is the play here? NiP with tons of nades, so they can try and use the smoked flashes, try and bait a response from the CTs. And again, you see initial flashes just going over there, but nobody anywhere close to Plateau, just trying to bait the CTs. So we're still going to rest on their nades for the time being. There's the first one going through to the drop zone as nades fly in. Nice response, bit of a warning sign to NiP that there may be a buy here. A desperate buy, but a buy nonetheless. Fnatic still just sitting around in normal formation. I think it's Crims playing close towards A slope at the moment, where 4 Ts are lying in wait to make that 5. Minutes on the clock here, and it looks like NiP are going to seize the A sites once again.
Yeah, Crims is close, so good position with the 5-7, and if the nades aren't correct here from NiP, or the peak is not correct, then Crims might get some damage done. There's the first frag, and now things get a little bit awkward. He can actually maybe pick up the AK. Actually, it was blown into his hands by the grenade of a teammate. So now Crims could actually get some spray downs going in. The counter grenades are starting to play in favor. The angle is found by Crims, damage is done, but the frag is not found, and Fnatic now look to potentially be undone by the push that is about to arrive on the A bomb side. There's another off angle coming in from Dennis. The spray down is good, but the garden hose isn't enough, James. It's just Flusher left, but not for long. And he will be dying, leaving Fnatic to an eco and putting NiP essentially on 6 rounds. You can more or less, I mean, NiP are one of the teams when you kind of almost can guarantee that they're going to at least win a round like this, James.
Yeah, so far so good for the NiP side, and again, Fnatic are broken. They can't really afford to spend too much. Maybe Dennis could afford a P250, which I think we might have picked up. Yeah, indeed he has. So other than that, there is nothing happening here for the CT side. Quite a lot of eco rounds for Fnatic, or for Spires. Rounds where they don't have a full buy, essentially. Still very early days, however. Again, we're going to have the slow approach for NiP, so I think there's at least 2 rounds where they've moved over towards A in this kind of situation. Will they try to mix things up to be unpredictable here? We will have to find out. Again, it's more or less a standard formation on the CT side from Fnatic in this eco round.
And looks like Exist will find a pick, though. That's going to make life a little bit easier, as they know one player is away from the A setup. They don't know necessarily if there's a stack, though, which could be the thing that makes things a little bit confusing. But they're going to get themselves in there regardless. And they have the nades to try to clear out these spots. But are they going to rotate, actually? Because they do have a guy by the Dragon Lore Tapestry who can kind of... Well, they know that the rotation would be more or less safe due to that player in that position, but it looks like they will go for the committed play to the A site after all, as we'll have everybody, all hands on deck from NiP on to the push, and now the first frags will be made. And it looks like there's nothing going here for Fnatic. They will be able to get a few shots off, and will there be any fragging here? No frags done at all, so another clean round here on an anti-eco for NiP, not losing a single player. And that is, again, like it's very characteristic, it has become very characteristic of their play that they're able to do this somewhat consistently against the top teams. And that also, on top of that fact, that allows them to have more buys than a lot of teams would against the top teams.
That Molotov, that player who was at the very back of the A bomb site there, you can Molotov that position from behind the wooden panel, because there is a curved wall just in front of it. If you throw it to the right-hand side of the curved wall, then any players will be forced from their position. Something to think about, because we often see a CT lying there, maybe gets 1 frag, sometimes gets more, sometimes wins around from that position, but very susceptible to fire, flames, and fury. So again, NiP looking to take some map control over towards long A. This time Fnatic have 2 players into the slope, but GetRight's coming in with a 2K over towards the B plateau, which is going to cause a bit of a rotation, but Fnatic hear the sounds at A long, so they may have a read that GetRight was a lurker.
Yeah, and the NiP guys will start to deploy into danger, and there's a possibility for them to wrap around A long, but there's so much time on the clock they could easily rotate back as well. There's a lot of options to play with here. It's actually, it's really Fnatic that are in a situation where they feel like they perhaps need to take a risk, and the risk can also just be waiting in this setup too that they're taking. You know, the risk at not getting more information, the risk of saying, okay, we hope that they go to this bomb site and they are going to get that. The flash is good though, so the setup is not amazing, but JW still 1 versus 2 picks up both kills. That should have been a 1-for-1, and then the cleanup of Crims. But in fact, Fnatic will be able to get something done here. Another frag found by JW, the AWPer that can with a rifle, James, and that's very important for a team like Fnatic. And now Forest has a 1 versus 3 on his hands with 15 seconds left. It's tough. Can he get the bomb planted here? Looks like he should be able to get the plant. And Forest can actually make this possible here. He's going to actually go for the frags instead of going for the plant, James. And that's going to be NiP with less money, although having won the anti-ecos and so on flawlessly, their bank is rather ridiculous anyway.
Yeah, the economical pressure is far more important on the CTs in that situation. And despite the score, Fnatic they're reading NiP really well. You know, get right on the plateau, he gets 2 frags over towards B and gets taken down. And they instantly just have the person who traded for, eventually traded get right, moving over towards the A bomb site. So they seem to know what is in the mind of Threat at the moment, what is in the plan. So NiP coming in for the B execute. They had this as an actual execute and as a fake as well. So Fnatic will have to gamble again and see which one it is. We'll come back to that in a minute. Get right running around the smoke, takes Dennis down. Can he find any more? The Ts are streaming into the site now, and the CTs will have to wait for those smokes to disappear. Bombs being planted. NiP with good post-plant positions. They've got somebody watching the flank, that's Freiberg, while the rest are on the site. Get right has come in from behind, as per usual, taking Flusher down, and almost takes Crims down as well. He has got 46 HP. It's just him and JW left versus 4, so they might have to go for the save here because money is not on their side.
That's the kind of scary thing. In fact, that's as you say, like they can run that strategy as both as an actual push and a fake. It's basically incredibly similar to the cash A main set piece, as you know, behind the A main area where it's like the same kind of timing. It's like all the nades go down, but you don't know if it's a push or not until you see the players, because it takes them some time in transit to actually get onto the bomb site.
I do wonder actually if Threat has adjusted that, because if you saw when they played Na'Vi, I think I want to say it was Edwards who had a read on the timing and how they were putting the first player into the B bomb site, and he just stood behind where they would go down and just kill them for free every time.
Definitely adjustments need to be found, especially for a team like NiP now that they've won a big title. You know, they're so dangerous for the top teams that everybody has to study the things that make them dangerous. So, and as you can say, that's a really good example as to the benefits for that and the hard work that goes in for a team like Na'Vi. But now again, you know, Fnatic find themselves with no money. This is so awful for them. But that said, equally, NiP against Fnatic, they must have strong T sides. That is their strength, and if they can't get it in well with their T sides and get at least 8 to 10 rounds against Fnatic, they're probably not going to do so well against Fnatic, but so far they're on track. However, in this round with the suboptimal buy, frags are being found here. Flusher with a quick double there with the AK that he picked up, and now it's a 3 versus 2 situation to save for NiP, and they can still go back if they want. Again, so much time on the clock, don't have to commit, but both Molotovs are going to go in, and Dennis is not going to have any of it. He's just going to fall back and chill out.
Yeah, that scout is turned into an AWP if it finds Freiberg and Forest next time. Pit is the last man standing with full health. If NiP choose to move away from this bomb site, then they will be giving up some weapons as well. So it seems they have one player left in situ, and that's going to be Forest. So he's going to take Dennis down, leaving Crims alone, 1 versus 3. But a bomb is heading towards A, and Forest will fake it towards B. Crims with a sneaky position, and indeed he will take Forest down. So Freiberg and Pitt, and I would expect Crims to go for this. Bomb's not gone down, and again, he seemed to have a read as to what Forest was up to. So we've got the standard plant coming in. Again, there is far more... There's actually a number of plants they could do that would make it more difficult for Crims to even tap the bomb, have himself facing the wall. So Crims guessing the usual spots, but there are many spots to find. Freiberg gets taken down. No answer just yet from Pitt, who's the last man standing for the team now. Great angle for him though, and Crims goes down. An expensive run for NiP, but it's 8-2, can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're really maintaining the integrity of their money. So generally speaking, everything's going according to plan right now. And you can see Fnatic, when they get into almost any opportunity, they're causing problems for NiP. There's always problems to be caused, but the general structure of NiP seems to allow them to have consistent advantages to play off of. So, and generally, like one of those advantages tends to get them the win in the end on most of these rounds. And it must be quite frustrating for Fnatic to play in a situation where it feels like there's a never-ending supply of buy rounds that you're up against, but your buy rounds almost never seem to exist. So then you're in this situation where you feel like you need a really strong buy to actually beat their buy round, which means that you're disincentivized on some spots to even quasi-buy because you need all the money you can get. But then if you do that, James, you're giving them so much money. So it's just like this horrible cycle of decisions where that just ends in frustration because there's just not much you can. There's no good answer in that kind of spot. So NiP have done well in creating this horrible spot for Fnatic so far, and they'll go for another B play on their anti-eco, and let's see how successful it is this time. Bit of a dink there onto Forest. He will lose quite some life, but he is still standing.
Flusher on the site, we'll see if he can get any headshots. He will be able to get some close quarters engagements there. Exist goes down to 3 HP, but only Pit has gone down so far. Crimson is the only man left for his team, but he's got nothing to lose here in this round, basically, save for his P250. So Exist and Forest, if he finds the right people, because they won't know where he's coming from. You can see Exist is vulnerable on the plateau there. Then he could do some damage, and who knows how far he can go. But he could also, he's not going to know how heavily tagged both these players are. Might have a good read on Exist, but he might look to play for some exit frags, try and steal a weapon. And indeed, it seems that will be the way he will go. So his position is good because he can go for a quick play into drop if they don't come towards plateau. Exist, if he manages to escape with the slow crawl there, that will be absolute genius. It looks like Crimson may get no frags at all at the end of this round. I think he might die to the bomb there as well. Oh, no, maybe not. Well, he'll die to Freiburg. So 4 players surviving this anti-eco for NiP. Could have been 2 though.
Yeah, it must feel so good for NiP in this in the last couple months to have this, to like just have so much money all the time. It's kind of crazy how much money they have all the time. So here we're going to see Fnatic finally having another buy round, but again, they don't have the optimal buy. And what we also see for NiP working in their favor is again, the 2 players that would likely be found on the NORP is going to be Forest and Pit, but there's a huge amount of versatility on both players as well. They're very good riflers, and it's been great to see JW doing so well with the rifle in the last few months as well. Very important for your AWPer to actually be able to rifle. We can see that that's made a big difference for Guardian as well. Guardian is such a good rifler and simple as well. But here you go. We had the slow creep into the A-long area from NiP as they start to use their grenades to take over some map control. How not much will Fnatic give away before they start to provide resistance? Well, it's danger, which is the point of contestation here. JW will hold on to that one. Great play with that M4. No support from any teammates. No flashes from range or anything like that. He's just got to do it alone. And so far, JW's got really 2 very strong frags just with the rifle there. And now finally he'll get eliminated by NiP. The cleanup operation starts to commence. And we've got Forest here trying to edge onto the bomb site, but he's a little bit lonely at the moment. Get right though. The support.
Look at the read from Fnatic again, moving players over towards the A site, and they will need them. Crim's getting shot in the face. Took a play down with him though, so the advantage is still with the CTs, but Flusher needs to come and join the players on the site. Wenton vulnerable, who exists just looking away, but who's gonna look where and when? There we go, goes for the 180 as well. Sees Wenton's head, but Wenton will take Exist down. So bomb gets planted with 10 seconds remaining. 2 people coming through the door. There we go, the second plant comes in, so Get Right versus 2. He's got half his HP as well. Can he position himself well enough to take this down? Not on this occasion. Flusher will lead his team to their 3rd round of the map. Still strong for NiP. We'll see what the money looks like for both teams at the start of the next round.
Yeah, I mean, again, Fnatic, their money is going to be pretty awful. They're going to have to spend everything to get the buys in here. I guess Flusher and Wenton might consider maybe dropping to somebody. And at least they pick up some AKs, which is always nice. But yeah, the buy otherwise is is okay for Fnatic, but it could be better. And NiP just reaching into those reserves, starting to run a little bit lower than normal, but we're into the last couple of rounds of the first half, so that's no issue for them. But they really need to keep the momentum going here to make sure that they have a solid chance to just close this quickly against Fnatic on the second half. And first of all, it's going to be Freiburg with the entry frag there towards A-Long. Actually, no, it's actually more of a defensive frag. It's a distance there as the aggression comes in from JW. James, JW has been repeatedly very aggressive on A-Long, and not even with an AWP, with an M4, basically, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, that's JW. The important thing is that long term, he has the confidence to do them, even if they fail in the short term.
And that his teammates also have the confidence in him as well, so they don't get too annoyed.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said
it's more the confidence in his teammates. If they don't have confidence, he won't have confidence. So they have to let him do what he does and ride with the highs and the lows. That's how it goes. I'm not intending. So this time NiP putting bodies over towards the B-bomb site, but how quickly can Fnatic discern this? Getting the kill onto Freiburg. Indeed, the instant rotation is coming in from the multiple-time major champions. 4 versus 4 at the moment, but look at the tagging on the NiP side. It's
pretty rough, isn't it? That said, almost all the nades have gone from CTs, just one more incendiary on Wenton, which is now the sole nade for the side. But there's 30 seconds to go, so got to get their skates on, have NiP if they want to get the bomb down. But Flusher is just taking one after another. 3 men dead for NiP. Forrest alone from far away. He now is also going to join his fallen comrades, all sent to Valhalla. Now it's back. They're back. They've been resurrected, James. It's the 14th round, and NiP will be spending almost all their money now getting another buy-in. Have NiP ever ecoed, though? I don't think they have.
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen an eco yet from NiP. Forrest and Get Right beasting for the team at the moment. 16 and 15 frags, I think. Nicely done. Counter flashes coming in. So, the execute comes back, but the bomb seems headed towards the... it's going to be the B bomb site again, rather. So maybe suggesting that this time it's going to be a fake, but no, it is indeed the same site. Can they get onto it, though? That's the question. So Get Right starting to charge through. There's a bit of a gap through the tree. 2-man spray down for him. So that's a great start here for the NiP side. Can they continue it? Forrest taking down Dennis, so it seems Fnatic might get reset here. Crimson JW versus 5. No frags again for the Fnatic side when NiP execute.
Yeah, it's very strong indeed, but still there is hope. There's a chance JW and Crimson, will there be a boost? Yes, there will, but Freiburg is waiting. Look at this setup. JW, will he be expecting this? It looks like he's kind of half expecting somebody around this area, but maybe not there. Freiburg picks up the kill, and then Crimson is now alone. He's just going to say GG, no re, going to fall back. And another round won by NiP here, resetting the economy of Fnatic, as you mentioned. Let's see how much money, if we get a moment of silence here, Fnatic have. How much do they have? I guess we'll see in a moment. Yeah, Crimson's now got to rebuy as well. But yeah, the money absolutely sucks going into this last round. NiP set up well for the 11-4. And yeah, again, you have to credit Fnatic because of the 4 rounds they have won, they have been against pure buys, James. There has been no eco. There's been not a single eco round in the first half from NiP. Not one.
Just money, hard cash.
Just full buys. It's insane. And if you look at their buys, there's only been one which is somewhat sketchy when they lost, I think, the 4th round. So that's incredible. Very, very, very awesome to see. Another A push coming in, B push rather coming in, and this time without those nades sailing from over the top, just straight in the bomb site with the pop flashes. Exists with a cheeky frag onto a teammate, and it looks like, unless Wenton does the unthinkable here, it looks like the round will be closer. But the bomb is not down actually. Wenton could have a chance, but he will get killed with the AK-47s. Nice little trade setup right at the end from Exist and Get Right. And that is the 11-4. Not a single eco from NiP. How frustrating must that be? Look at Fnatic just get reset every time they win a round.
Yeah, it was hard for Fnatic, but again, credit to the Fnatic side. I keep wanting to say Swedish side, but they're both Swedish. So credit to the Fnatic side in that it was really fun to see how they were reading threat and putting it themselves in his mind. What does he want to do? He wants to play it safe, big advantage, but he doesn't want to rush and have variance. He wants to slow it down and have an applied approach. Maybe they'll try to use that to put themselves in their best positions to do what they can with what they have left. So that was really fun to see. Haven't really seen that from many teams, especially on this map just yet. But again, that might be partly domestic match things. But 11-4, solid T start from NiP.
And as you mentioned, having Get Right and Forest by far the two top fraggers, 18 and 19 frags respectively on the side. That also means that to a large extent, that's the right jobs are being done on NiP to enable the best players or the two best players to do their thing. That's really good to see that they're able to play. And Pistol must win for Fnatic, of course. Yet, if they're not able to pick that up, then you really don't like their chances in the Cobblestone victory. Instead, NiP will be in a massive advantage. Maybe some shins spotted there of Freiburg. And we'll have not a direct drop hold from inside, but from outside. 2 choke points are held onto by NiP currently, as they leave only one man on the A site. And instead, it's 4 to defend B. The snap from Crims, though. Crims trying to get out of there now. Freiburg has a lot of work on his hands to do. Can he find the kill onto Crims? It's a little bit of an awkward battle, but looks like nobody's going to be facing each other. And instead, Fnatic will be just okay with having Connector.
Yeah, I think Freiburg was scared of a trade fragger if he tries to force the issue. So let him escape to try and survive for the time being. Coming in late, and there'll be no trade. JW taking both frags there. So it's a 5 versus 2, but this time it's in the favour of Fnatic. Forest on site, trying to use the range for as long as possible. Again, he's got to do something to play against this numbers game here. Now Exist find himself alone versus 5. What do you even do in this situation? He's got perfect armor, so it might be worth him just trying to save that, buying a helmet in the next round. Although the hunt is on and the A-bomb site has been almost completely abandoned. Oh, JW looking to continue his knifing and ninja diffusing shenanigans. First comes the knife. We'll see if the ninjas, we'll see if they come in future rounds. So, a solid pistol from Fnatic. Opportunity knocks. And
that's a knife attempt that I think is actually really good. Like, really smart knife attempt. That's one of those knife attempts where it's like, okay, this is actually makes a lot of sense.
Safe. It's a safe knife attempt.
Exist is distracted. Yeah, you're not going to lose the round by doing this. And if you get it, which is quite possible, because Exist is quite possible he's been tagged there. One right swipe. Perhaps you get the kill, and that's $1,500 for your AWPer. And instead, JW is going to be doing the JW things, which is the sawn-off. And NiP is a team that studies their opposition to an extent. So I'm curious what answers they'll have to the sawn-off shenanigans. Because JW, he's been doing this for, it feels like almost a year, just these sawn-off shenanigans. And there's almost no reason for him to stop, because it's just really strong.
Yeah, if you get close quarters with a sawn-off shotgun, you're going to eat shells. More times than not. It is that simple.
Yep. He makes money with basically a favorable gun for the situation.
JW, I like it.
And also, if he gets a kill, he can swap out for whatever gun they had. If he wants to be more useful around the rest of the map, not just that one little area, which is basically the only place the sawn-off is good. Oh god, Jace, it's starting. Oh no.
We've got gimmicks, Dan. We've got gimmicks.
Wow.
They're not going to work out for him on this occasion. So man down for the Fnatic side. And NiP are making a read over towards the A-bomb site, but Fnatic are not really committed to anything just yet. 40 seconds left on the clock, and it does look like A is the more likely of the two sites. Again, they have a significant man advantage, but if this sawn-off gets into the right spot, then who knows what could happen. Pit taking down Crims as well. This could get really bad for Fnatic.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of players. Will they lose the round at this point? They've actually gone down 2 members to NiP, so this is very scary indeed, but looks like they start to claim the additional frags. No fear here found by Fnatic as 3 are sprayed down by Dennis. 3k for him, 2k for Flusher, and the day is saved. But if you compare that to NiP's anti-force buy, NiP survived with 5 players. So this means that Fnatic, if they lose that round to the first buy of NiP, they actually won't be able to rebuy it as well as NiP did. And I would love to see these actually connect chains. How many times have we seen this and all the nades don't actually connect?
Yeah, we haven't really seen a massive
nuke.
We haven't seen the Worms cluster bomb just yet. Not just yet. There's the first one. Oh, now we've got follow-ups coming in. But it's Freiburg who's going to be down to 2 HP. JW once again on the sawn-off. Now Crims is looking to harass and just watching the corner of the smoke. 4 versus 4. Exist has stolen the sawn-off. And Fnatic are going to move to the more open parts of the map through mid, if you will. With Flusher just with the CZ holding the rotation here for the CTs. Maybe now get right from the back. So again, just waiting for the numbers of NiP to be cut down. I mean, they've gone for a big eco here, so if Exist gets even 1 frag with this sawn-off, then that's going to be a big chunk of bonus money on a team who will already be healthy on the first buy round of the second half.
And let's not forget, Fnatic lost 3 players in the last round. If they get an additional frag or 2 here, that is a huge deal. And there you go. Exist picks up the kill.
$900.
He gets the CZ as well.
$900, Dan.
That is a lot of money. This is a really big deal. This is a lot of damage. Okay, so you can get damage, which is great. It puts Fnatic off balance, but you actually have to then push them so they fall over. Now, will NiP actually be able to post the victory in the following rounds when they have their buy? That is, oh my god, more frags potentially, 3 again. So the money here from Fnatic is going to be strained even greater. We'll see their bite. And we'll also see the full buy from NiP. Actually, Getri's going to opt for the Mag 7 here. So as you can see, Fnatic, they only have money on 1 player, basically. Okay, Dennis has 1750, but still, he's only going to have something in the region of just like 3,800 or whatever if they lose this round. Everyone else will be completely broke. So they can't afford to lose this round. NiP resets them here. That is bad, bad news.
That is quite a nade. That is quite a nade onto JW. I do wonder about double nades there. When smokes are down, if that's deliberate that it goes exactly into that position.
We actually saw some players from NiP do the same nade in the last half.
You mean from Fnatic?
Sorry, yeah, from Fnatic. Sorry, yeah, exactly, from Fnatic. That makes more sense.
Okay, so we've got 3 Fnatic players over towards long A, where there are 2 NiP players really deep. I do wonder if Fnatic are willing to push all the way in. It seems that they might start creeping into long A. So you see Crims is holding the corner there. Will there be pop flashes in? It seems so, but Forrest will avoid them. 1 man for him, instantly traded, but Freiburg comes in, traded back again. So 3 versus 3, 50 seconds left on the clock. The bomb's not spotted, but we'll see what the play is from Fnatic. And it's almost the same play as NiP when they got frags in that situation. Didn't try to charge the site, just took things slowly. And Fnatic will do identical. No rotation from NiP, as was when Fnatic were here. So it's almost a mirror. Yeah,
the scary thing is get right on the Mag 7, because that is, he can very easily find himself in a situation where he can't do anything with the Mag 7 if the T's start to move quickly. But they find the frag towards B here, so that actually can be a weapon for Get Right. However, the rotation is really far away.
Get Right pushed mid, and he thought that the push was towards B, so now we see the difference. They've made the wrong call here, and they're going to have to rotate and make the retake with a man advantage.
Still very doable. There's actually a handful of nades, 3 flashbangs, a smoke grenade. Get Right's still on the Mag 7 though. Again, this is an issue here. Does he even have it out in these engagements? I mean, they're going to be long range, but this is actually the perfect. This is tailor-made right now for Get Right. The last player, he's got the close range shot on the Mag 7. Boom, extra money made. And the worry that I had the entire time for Get Right, and I'm sure he had as well, is finding engagements that work with the Mag 7, but he did. And NiP not only reset Fnatic's economy. I mean, luckily for Fnatic, they're going to get the buy bonus. Sorry, the bonus from the bomb plant, which will give them $2,100 from this round. NiP survived with 3 players. So again, NiP with good money, theoretically, and Fnatic. Fnatic will actually force buy here. So thanks to that bomb plant made a massive difference to their ability to buy anything here, which is really, really good for them. But is JW on just a PT50? Wow.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose any more rounds. The Fnatic side, 5 rounds down over NiP. And the map which NiP picked, I believe Fnatic vetoed cash for NiP. I mean, you have to know Cobblestone's coming through once you do that. So it seems like they prefer their chances against NiP's pick on Cobblestone over cash.
Yeah, NiP have been getting a scary reputation on cash. It's been known as, I guess, since Malmo as their strongest map. Even before then, at the major, it was known as their strongest map. So here we go. Get Right with that Mag 7 still. Really interesting to see that he's just keeping to the Mag 7.
Well, for the positions he appears to be playing, then it's definitely viable. Close to the crack in the wall there on Plateau. Close to drop. It has a spread as well, so there is lots of advantages to be had in it. So you have the pop flash coming in from Wenton, and there it is, meat shot straight in the face. Sit down, thank you very much, goodbye. Good advantage here, early on here for NiP. I say early on, but there are 40 seconds left.
And he repositions to the Plateau now as well, to that very dangerous angle here on Plateau. That's kind of scary. And the quick jump in there. Imagine if that player is just a little bit closer. And again, the jumping, it just had the harassment here. Clutch is down to 42 health now because of this. Another frag from Get Right. What else is he going to do? More tagging from Get Right, but still, Fnatic, Crims, and JW trading like absolute beasts. And despite all the efforts made by Get Right, giving them... I mean, Get Right was really good in that round. Gets a kill, a lot of tagging, and moving around as well to basically make the push a little bit more awkward. But still somehow, Fnatic just entry like beasts and take down all the riflers. So,
yeah,
all for naughts.
Get Right and the player on tree both got caught by players in drop. So maybe a bit of a communication issue there, I don't know. But nobody was covering the drop. Well, I mean, Get Right got tagged from there, repositioned, but then the tree guy got killed from there, and it all fell apart after that. So Fnatic win a very important round. Now they have everybody on AKs with JW on the big green gun, AWP. And NiP, 4-round lead, will go straight to the eco here, looking to buy up perhaps in the next round. Get Right continues on the Mag 7, having made his money. And Kevlar. So he'll be an important player. Fnatic playing passive. Again, biding their time, waiting for the inventory of grenades to be exhausted. It is already exhausted, even if it even existed in this round. Their main issues are P250s, the CZ onto Forest, and Get Right with this flaming Mag 7.
Yeah, absolutely. And what will Fnatic decide to do? Looks like they're going towards B again. Maybe it was a communication thing, and when Get Right rotated, didn't tell his teammates or something. I didn't mention it. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, Fnatic are in a really good position now. They just need to get the kills. They have position on Plateau. NiP have 3 people towards danger, so there aren't really any players here to deal with this. This is, in fact, going to be almost impossible for NiP to do anything to defend this bomb site. And in goes Fnatic. Pit goes close, though. Will he find a sneaky... There's surely no blind spot that he can find. Almost getting... I think he almost got a kill there. I mean, it just takes that one bullet from that range, pretty much from the P250. So Pit unlucky with the first few bullets, not to connect something.
Get Right's coming in from the back, but with the Mag 7, he can only really go to play exits in this situation. But it seems that the three men remaining are all going to be playing for the exits. So we'll see if Get Right can get something done. He can play trades for his teammate in the drop zone should they come that way. And if they come to Plateau, as they are, or from Plateau, then trouble will be looming for these Swedes. There's a meat shot, first one. Could only be one. Getting excited there, could have been 3.
Yeah,
you want to see the glory of the shotguns.
Yeah, that would have been amazing to see that. I mean, it would have been very impactful as well, because if he gets 2 or 3 kills there, obviously Fnatic's money has already been stretched quite thin by the previous rounds. They haven't really built the bank, the reserves that NiP were able to do on the T side. So either way, you know, the fact of the matter is that Fnatic are damn good at this game, and they've managed to with some discipline and just keeping things, you know, simple, playing to their strengths and playing the trades and so on. They're able to exert their advantage. And the one mistake that we saw in the setup on the B bomb site, where we saw Get Right running around the Mag 7, they punished that so incredibly hard. And that's what you're up against with Fnatic. If you make one mistake, your entire team can just get wrecked. And Forest trying to be sneaky here. We saw JW with a lot of aggression towards long, and now it's going to be JW, Forest, who's up to the same hijinks. That off angle though is pretty brutal. Let's see if it works out. Yes, the nade was being pulled out there, but no frag. Forest will be faced by 2 players. The trade comes in, and what situation does that leave NiP in? I mean, 4 versus 4 is not going to be good for the CTs.
Yeah, that is going to be in the favour of Fnatic, who still have lots of time on the clock. There is another player towards long A, although he will have to be a lot more careful. So Smoke's coming out now to slow things down. Fnatic are still just biding their time, not giving any information away, not really showing the bomb in a compromising spot. They are just waiting. So we see the weakness in the NiP buy in this round. The Mag 7, well, you can argue that's not so weak, but the UMP and the MP7, less than ideal. And Fnatic still just waiting, starting to creep through long A now. And it was Freiburg over there, but he has since retreated to the A site itself, with 3 towards B for NiP, who may be entertained by JW for a while. And by the time they realize what's happening, it could be too late. Freiburg, he's been spotted some plays over towards long A now. Got a Molotov and a flash, but he has been naded down to 5 HP. Finished off by Flusher. That is an open A bomb site. JW rotating away just in time as the 3-man rotation comes in.
Yep, what can you do? Fnatic with a very, very substantial take. And Fnatic are playing really, really well right now. Very tight and solid on their T side. And again, this is the thing, isn't it? For NiP, they didn't win that pistol round. Fnatic gives themselves every opportunity to win this as JW goes hunting. And he's going to find one. There's more to be found, though. Ooh, it has also to be careful that he doesn't actually lose his AWP here with 20 HP, but it looks like he'll have reinforcements and he will be fine. But yeah, so the pistol round's lost by NiP in the second half. Fnatic start to climb back. NiP managed to win a surprising round, but just generally speaking, Fnatic are able to, with their individual skill, their tight coordination and some disciplined T-sided play. And also, you know, some of the you have to throw the element of the domestic matchup in there too. Fnatic know NiP and the players' tendencies quite well, to say the least. And as you said, also, there's going to be a degree of them knowing threat a little bit as well, and how he wants to call. So if you add all those things together, you got Fnatic, you know, back into this match with a real good chance here, especially considering that with Wenton, the team seems a lot more calm with Wenton. I think there's no more raging, James. No one going on tilts. Said we've got some disciplined play here, and an anti-eco here for Fnatic. Can this be the best anti-eco in which they lose? They don't lose more than 1 or 2 players.
I like the pre-fire from Flusher through the legs of the statue there. I mean, Fnatic themselves used that to great advantage when they were on the eco, getting some dinks in from between the legs. NiP still with a 2-round lead at the moment, but it continues to get smaller. Fnatic enjoying success on their T side.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Flusher's just going to put the smoke down, which will suggest that somebody could be on the end of the plateau, but obviously he will hold passive while his teammates come in to put in some work. 3 CTs remain now in this eco. 1 over towards long, which again is Freiburg. He's been tagged, so they know he's there. Not sure if they know who is with him though, which is playing a tight angle. He will win the duel with Dennis. Traded immediately though by Wenton, so no AK pick up from him. Get right as alone over towards the B bomb site as the charge continues towards A. So we should be into round 24 first. Starting to be quite unclear as to who's going to take the first game, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see that NiP in some spots with their weapons. They've tried to take some risks here and there because when you're against the top teams in the world, on the CT side as well, you don't want to just let them do whatever they want on the map, right? You need to force situations where they have to expend resources or where they have to, in an unplanned manner, like let's say take a fight basically, so that they can end up maybe losing a guy when that wasn't the plan, to have like a fight there. So that's what you have to do against these teams, to kind of make their decisions a little bit harder, force hard decisions, force situations where they need to do a big job, and you've expended some of their resources, so they don't quite have enough to do it properly. Like you need to stop them before they can really get onto those executions when they move into a bomb site and go for the entries and everything like that. So that's what NiP have been trying to do, but it can be quite difficult on Cobblestone to try to find ways to disrupt your opponent on the T side, which is why very tactical and strategical teams are able to find many rounds on the T side of this map and what is quite T-sided. The A side of the map is where you can get a little bit aggressive, but we've seen Forest trying that just as JW was, and it's not been too successful for NiP so far. But it looks like a fast take of Plateau coming in here from Dennis, and he's going to get dropped by Pitts. So nice pickup of the AWP, and Pitts going to deliver with the quick flick. And now things will slow down a little bit. Fnatic will work out what they can do now.
Yeah, so Dennis was over there on his own, and the rest of Fnatic just standing around. I do wonder what would have happened had he got the frag there. Maybe would have gone on to the second one, but Fnatic static, so they have an early disadvantage with no answer, nobody in a position to do anything else. Although, there's over a minute on the clock here. We have 2 flashes onto NiP, and that's it. That's their entire inventory of grenades. Get right, not going to peek, but holding close, bit of an awkward angle. As you can see normally over there. If he goes for the peek, sometimes you can have a T pre-firing the angle, so you just get instantly headshot. So, Get right will try to be more sneaky about it. Bomb is over towards A, as you can see, in the danger area, where the T's have 3 men in various positions. And there are 2 over for NiP. Freiberg's been boosted up. And he has Forest for support, so there's almost a double peek going on in that position. Now JW just creeping with the scoped AWP into the drop zone. While Freiberg takes flushes down, there goes JW as well. So 2 players left for Fnatic. And Freiberg can hear some sounds. Crim's going for mad 180 sprays, trying to clear the site. Can he get the bomb down though? No, the bomb's been lost. Crims versus 5. And hardly anybody gets touched in that round for Fnatic. For NiP, excuse me. Fnatic though with tons of money in the bank. But if NiP continue to win rounds, they will get closer to 16. Fnatic's money will continue to disappear. And they've spent quite a fair amount of it already. Dennis is on 0 in this round, so they will need to make it work for a number of reasons. Only the one AK picked up, so 2 by the NiP side.
Indeed, so it starts to get really tense now because this is super winnable for both teams from this this kind of situation. 25 rounds, or rather 24th played on the 25th now, and we shall see how Fnatic decides to try to open up the map. They've got a push coming in on the middle area actually, and are they just going to walk in? Looks like they might just try to walk in right now, and there you go, Crim's just strolling in. No flashes to announce their presence. That's kind of the gamble they've taken. You know, we could just die on the peak, but actually they haven't. NiP are playing quite far back, so right now this is working out here for Fnatic, but they have to get the kills with these positions. They've attracted a lot of attention. The 3rd man is coming for NiP. He's in position now. It is Get Right by the doors, and there's the duel. Very, very fine, very slim angle found by Forest, and he will find a kill as well with that as the Fnatic side starts to march up, and they are being sort of slowed down here, like moving in quicksand as the NiP side throw in all the nades, but slowly but surely the Fnatic engine starts to pile in to that A bomb site. Freiberg over the top of the roof there, able to pick off 1 more before they get to the site. The bomb is down. There's 30 seconds to play with. Freiberg with another kill. There's still 1 player left here. Crims, the shadow has been spotted, but Crims is going to make the frag anyway. 1 versus 2 here now for the Fnatic standalone. Can he get it done? Exist playing around the APC. He gets the kill with the headshot with the M4, and that will be another round, a very pivotal round for NiP, as now they are 2 away from winning map 1, and Fnatic need to dig deep into their reserves and into the book of strategies to try to topple NiP.
Well, the reserves have almost been completely cleared out by Fnatic, and if they lose this round, then NiP will be on game points as well, so all to play for. Maximum nades onto both sides. Let's see if this will be another slow round. Fnatic moving over towards B with numbers this time, so maybe it's a fast play in Plateau. Dennis again gets taken down straight away, went and naded into oblivion. Crim's shot in the face. Wait, JW soon to be dispatched of as well. This is an impeccable hold of the B bomb site so far from NiP. Hit finally goes down, but that's the only casualty here for NiP. The AWP is rescued as well, and it's game points to NiP. Look at the money on Fnatic. Disaster strikes.
Yes, indeed it does. A catastrophe. Let's see if anything can be saved. I mean, this is looking really good for NiP right now. There is no question about it. It was interesting to see how long it took for the NiP side to get the AWP onto pit, but once they did, that seemed to be very, very important. It definitely makes things harder for Fnatic if they want to try to pressure into Plateau. But the take of A-Long is the call here, and in fact it's going to work out. The jumping Tech 9s will send Forest to sleep as Fnatic march into that A side again. Get Right now is he's got support here in Exist, and so far so good. Headshots found, the spray has been laid down. Only Wenton now to try to save this. 2 frags back actually from Wenton, so maybe, just maybe, he can make it work against his old in-game leader threats. What can Wenton accomplish as he creeps forwards in between the APC and the plant spot? Will Exist be able to find him? I think the shadow was caught by Wenton there as well, so he has a fairly good idea of exactly where Exist is indeed. And the look at that, just baiting with the shadow. I'm not sure if Exist realizes, but here he goes. He's going to peek around, and there it is. Exist with the frag, and had he fallen, Pit was in place for the trade frag as well. So 16-11, NiP win map 1, and they had the T side to do it. I mean, I think that T side shows you why NiP is so